Hello, everyone. So, just to understand where I came from, so at some days, at some points, I had to borrow money to buy my own cigarettes, which is like pretty hard for a small guy in the gaming world. And last year for Babil Games, we finished with Stillfront Group. It was $17 million, beside shares and other stuff. So it was pretty big within the MENA region. And also, when we started Babil and MENA, there was no investor, no infrastructure for gaming, no other gaming studios, actually. So I think just before starting, at least you here have lots of opportunities within Ukraine or Europe, and it facilitates lots of things for you. So I will start with my presentation, how to get funded. As you can see, the piggy with the money. So I hope you will get benefits from that. So you know, within the news or the websites, everybody you're hearing about, you know, this studio startup getting like millions of dollars at the start, and this is not reality. This is the ugly truth, as I call it. So what's the ugly truth? Is that people with power and connection in the gaming industry, for example, these guys left Activision. Of course, they're ex-managers Activision. They're connected to very big companies. They're connected to venture capitals. When they leave Activision and they start a new studio, they get $7 million. That's the ugly truth. But you know, when you're as a startup and you're trying to grow, for example, your company within a small city in Europe or Ukraine or US, you don't get these money at all, right? So these people get this money from day one. And then we have the better truth. And in this example, actually, this is one of my own examples, but that's what normally happens in the gaming industry, is that it's not working. Okay, it's changing here, actually, not there.
I see some troubles. Let me disconnect it. Sorry, guys.
It's changing here, not there. But if you can do the presentation.
Let's close it and we will open again. Oh,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
So we get back to the subject. So the better truth is that you're in the gaming industry. You also have some connections, but you're not the EX Activision guys, but you have some connections. So this is one of the companies. It's called Zviper, and they're German-based. And through one of my friends in the industry, he was telling me, MJ, there's like a very nice team in Germany. They're really talented. They're really good. They have great potential. Their new game is really cool. You should check it out and invest with me. And I actually checked it out. It's really a cool game. I love it so much, the one they're going to release. And we invested in this studio in Germany. And still, it's based, as you can see, everyone, it's based on connections. So they're connected to some industry guys, and through that connection, we invested in them. And then comes the ugly truth. So the ugly truth is that you're a small studio, you don't have lots of connection, you just graduated from college, you have this great idea about a game, a mobile game, a PC game, and you think that, when you say that idea, everybody is gonna run and invest in you, but that's not the truth. So you would be, chasing after investors, trying to secure that money, which you will never secure. They keep, the nice thing about investors, lots and lots of investors just, sitting in offices, or people who work within investing companies, sitting around, behind desks, trying to, act all cool and setting up meetings, wasting time, asking you for business plans and stuff that not true, and you never need it at all. It's just wasting time. You'll spend months trying to do all these business plans when you don't know anything about business plans or financial plans or how to do all these things. You keep doing it, but it's just for nothing. After months, they will tell you it's nice, but it's not working. So just actually don't do that. Never do a business plan. It's not good for you, actually. And actually, you don't have worldwide connections, so you're trying to connect to people. It's not working. It's very hard. You're frustrated. You don't know what to do, and so many other things. And this is changed for here again. So, well, I think I have a better idea on how to fix that. Yeah. Where's the presentation here? I think presentation mode. Yeah, I think it's working now. Yeah. In most cases, what investors will tell you, and it's really, really funny. They told me so many times that, did you ask your family and friends to invest in you? Well, of course, if my parents had so much money like that, I wouldn't go sit with an investor asking him for money. I would be sitting in Dubai having fun, on a boat, enjoying my life. I wouldn't care about sitting with you. Or if my friends has such money. And in case they do have such money, let's say my friend, he works in the real estate industry, right? If I come to him and I tell him about a gaming, he will say, well, it's a great idea, but sorry, I work in the real estate. I don't know anything about IT, gaming, game design, and so on. So this is just, it doesn't work like that. So, yeah. Never ask your parents. They will not give you 500K to start up your gaming company. And so that's the situation when you start up your gaming company. Then you start thinking about what to do, right? How do we change this?
Something strange going on.
Okay, I started to understand it. Yes. So how we can change this ugly truth, right? So it's simple. For now, it gets complicated later, but I will take you through the simple way. First, we go with connection. Then we go with execute. So with connections, try to get as much as possible connection within the gaming industry. Yes, it's very good. Connections is everything. It's a whole loop between connections and execute. So try to connect to, one of the things I found here, that everybody is connected on Facebook within Ukraine. Everybody's setting up meeting with me through Facebook. Don't use Facebook. Facebook is not for professional meeting and meeting investors or gaming industry professionals. Go to LinkedIn. That's where you will find most professional people. And actually, they will respond with you because you can see their history. They can see your history. Facebook is for family and friends, at least in the US, in Europe. Here it's different, but that's what I noticed. So go maybe with LinkedIn. And then after I finish with connections, I will discuss execute with you. So we have the connections. As you can see, I draw this for you guys, so it took good time from me. So getting connections is like being popular. Yeah, you want to be popular, like on Facebook and VK. You want to show off. So yes, it's the same thing within the game industry. Attend conference and expos. As you can see, we're in Game Connection, which is a very, very lovely conference. And try to go to Gamescom, to other ones. It's very good. You can meet people, be friendly. Be social. Try to talk to people as much as you can, even people who is not related to what you're looking for. They could be graphic designer, programmers, and stuff. But building connections will let you reach wherever you want. One thing also I've seen in my experience within the gaming industry, if you have a game or a project, never go to their conferences or expos with just a sketch or an idea, because everybody has sketches, ideas, even me, myself, but I'm not sharing them. But go with a complete project. Go with something really cool to show for people and to show for investors, for gaming companies. You know, also I've seen so many guys coming, small teams with a 10% game, like they only completed 10%, and it looked really ugly, really bad, and I never looked at them again. Never do that. So I will tell you this story. One of really my, guys, I'm telling you all based on my experience and things I've seen. So this is not something, you know, with just ideas or logical thinking. So when I go to expos, I always, you know, gather and meet people, and we always have like dinners. And in these dinners, we get connected to each other. Sometimes I see old faces, sometimes I see new faces. And, you know, we exchange info, what you do, and that's one of the ways I build my connection. And in last year, in 2016, in summer, I was at E3, and one of these dinners, I met with a guy called Sean from Ignition Capital. I met maybe twice, and when I met him in EA, it was like, hey, how it's going? You know, when you meet someone that you see. Like, it's good, let's sit down, discuss, drink coffee. And we sat down, and he was telling me, how's it going with you and your company? So I was like telling him what's going on, what we achieved, and our numbers. And he was like, wow, are you guys looking for investment or something like that? And I was like, no, we're not looking for, but we're open to ideas, actually. And he said, okay, let me follow up after E3, and I have something really interesting for you guys, and so on. So after E3, he was, you know, going with the emails forward and back, and, you know, we said, okay, let's go with your ideas. And Gamescom came, and he actually arranged like 6-7 meetings with big gaming companies, with investors. And when we sat down with Stillfront and Gamescom, in the same meeting, they said, guys, we like you, we want to invest with you, and it took from there. So this is how it, you know, it came from dinner with talking to people and making connection to a $17 million. So I think that dinner was very good. I'm not sure about the food, but it doesn't matter anymore. So, so I was telling you about, so this is, you know, some pictures for, I like this picture so much. It's here, but I like it because it's people having fun. You should always have fun while you do your job and, you know, you're in the expos. Don't take it so serious. So we come to the execution. I was telling you guys about connections, but connections is worthless if you don't execute. If you go collect as much as possible as connections and you don't execute, it's not really that good, because then you don't have anything to show these people. And to be honest, it's not that easy to execute. And all investors around the world wants to see that you have done something, that you achieved something, and it's not that you just keep talking. They want to see numbers. They want to see you have developed a game, you released it, it's on the market, it's generating revenue. But don't get what I'm saying as it's expected that you're the next Supercell, because you should not think that. Just, you know, you have to do it step by step. So whenever you start, start with small execution, complete your game, release it on the market, generate some revenue. It's very important for all investors to see that you're revenue positive. What revenue positive means is that your burn rate, which is salaries and all expenses, is about, let's say in this example, 5K, and your game is generating 7K or 10K per month. So in this case, you're revenue positive. So when you're revenue positive, the angel investment will come. The angel investor will be very interested because, okay, he sees that you made something, you're generating small revenue, he sees potential. He thinks big. He thinks that if I invest in these people, then we will go to the last step. So he will invest with you. It depends on how much you're generating, your business plan for the upcoming 3 years, what he expects. He will provide you something between 50K, 100K to 500K normally. Not within millions. Angel investors don't go that big. One moment, please. So, you got the angel investment. Someone like me was very interested in you and he gave you 100K to grow up. So right now, you should even work harder, grow up your team. You will have some money for marketing. You can really optimize your game KPIs, generate even more money. And when you do that and you do the bigger execution, right now, if you still revenue positive, then, well, you're very lucky and you hit the jackpot, right? So then all the VCs, big gaming companies are very interested in investing with you. And then you're a happy guy and you will be able to get those millions of dollars as a buyout for a bigger company or from these angel investors. So really, it's like 4-step. I know it looks very simple on this page, but I'm telling you guys, this could take you about 4 to 6 years. So what I'm saying here, the time span is not as, as easy as I'm saying, but these 4 steps at least should take you 4 years. But it's really, if you take them step by step, I know what I'm saying is simple, but if you really do that, you will secure those investments. And just a reminder before we finish is that, success is very related to connection and execute. While you're executing and you're developing your game, get connections. And while you're making the connections and executing, you will have bigger success. The more success you have, the more connections you get. And the more you execute, the more connections and success you will have. So it's really related, but the main core, execute, guys. Execute. Don't think, just work hard on your game, and then after that, you will see that you start building your connections, you're getting more successful, the wheel is going on for you. Reputation. Most important thing as an entrepreneur is his reputation. If you lose that reputation, if you fool someone, if you don't deliver, if you give high numbers and you give much slower numbers, because everybody, be careful from that. It's your reputation. Reputation will follow you all your life. If you, I don't know, did something bad with your reputation, you're done. Nobody wants to work with you. As big as the world, you say, it's still a small community. The world is becoming smaller, not bigger, trust me. So everybody knows everybody. If you do that bad, you're done. Nobody wants to work with you anymore. So there's a very nice quote for Warren Buffett. I love it so much. And it tells you it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. So it's a really nice, because when you think that, you will be very careful. And I think I'm finished. And you're welcome for questions. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, MJ. And we have questions.
Okay.
So thank you very much, MJ. Chris from Huge Games. So obviously the people that invest in your company, they don't do that because they're very nice people. They're also nice people, I hope, but they want something in return. So
Yes.
how do you decide what you give in return, what share of the company, what you have to offer.
So I will tell you this. So when I started Babil, and it was semi-impossible to get angel investment, I had to give 50% of Babil to get about $200K back in 2012. If time goes back by me, I would give only 10% of my company for that amount. But again, it was very rare to get angel investor in Middle East back in 2012. But again, I don't regret that. I'm just saying if time goes by, but it doesn't. Within Stillfront, I gave all my company. So they own the company 100%. I'm the CEO for the upcoming 3 years. Other than the money I got, and I got shares in Stillfront. So my pain point was I don't want to lose my world. I don't want to lose my connections. I don't want to lose everything I built. And when they offered me shares in Stillfront to compensate me selling every shares in Babil Games, I was so happy because it is going to continue for my work. So right now, I don't only think about the future of Babil. I think about the future of Babil and Stillfront. So it's other than what I will generate in those 3 years. But it was so lovely for me because I want to stay, do whatever, what I want to do. I want to stay, to grow up, to build up games, to be more successful. And it gave me even a bigger way to be more successful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
More questions, guys? Okay, I have my personal question. Like, MJ, can you give some advices how to make an awesome pitch?
An awesome pitch.
Yeah. How to pitch investors, how to receive money in, like, when you have five minutes to talk with an investor.
Okay, so if one of my slides, I was telling you to execute and to show numbers within when you go to angel investors or investors. So if you want to secure that money very fast, within several meetings, you will get that money. Don't think they will give it to you. Be revenue positive. Just show a small Excel sheet that really that in these months you spend X amount of money, but you generated more than it. Right? It doesn't matter if your burn rate, your small team, your burn rate $1,000 per month, and you're generating 2,000 or 3,000. I know it's very small numbers, but it's really good. It means that you're burning less than you're generating. Then the investor will be very happy to see that. They don't care that they don't want to see you making $1 million. Then, because then they will not be interested. Then it will be other people who's interested. But angel investor wants to see that, okay, you're doing good. You're burning 1,000. You're making 2,000. We like that. Let's make it bigger. And that's their aim. Their aim for angel investor is to make you bigger. So always be positive, always be happy, and just show that small Excel sheet.